Hey, here's a show of Better Do Business. I've got Amanda Dyason with me today. I always get confused about what your name is, but we'll tell them that story in a minute. So, Amanda, tell us a little bit about your business and what you do and some of the stuff that we're going to talk about today.
Well, our business is called Profit Smarts, and we teach small business owners how to understand and use the financial numbers in their business to increase their cash flow and profit.
Fantastic. So you've had a pretty amazing life so far. You know, in different conversations that we've had in the past, you've stood on stage and sung with opera singers, you've and world famous opera singers. So obviously you do okay at that. You play the trombone. Was that the right instrument? Have I got the right one?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, just an amazing background that you have to end up being an accountant. That's the part that I don't get. Accountants normally don't have this. And I know that now you're not an accountant, but you were once before.
Look, it was never my intention to be an accountant. At school, I studied maths and science, and I really wanted to be a pharmacist. But I was quite young when I finished school, and my mother wouldn't let me move to the other end of the country to study pharmacology. So I had to change direction. But I did study science. And went back in my mid-20s and studied accounting and management.
Fantastic. So what was the turning point that sparked going into your own business?
Necessity, probably. But I guess, you know, I used to like selling. So way back when I was 7 or 8, I remember my grandfather, he said to me, we wanted pocket money, my sister and I, and he said, here's some honey, because he had bees, and he said, go and sell 5 containers of honey and you can keep the money. I ended up selling 25 containers of that, and he wasn't very impressed with me, but he did let me keep all the money, and from there was a bit of a high after that on sales and going out and doing stuff. But it wasn't until I was in New Zealand about 15 years ago that I decided to start my own business. And that was really because I was bored with corporate and the work that I was doing.
Cool. So you're working in corporate as an accountant, I'm guessing?
As a financial analyst, commercial analyst.
Hey, look, to the great unwashed, they'd go, hey, you're one of the accounting people. I'm
the person that interprets the numbers and puts them in plain English so people can actually use them in their business to grow their business.
Fantastic. So what has been one of the greatest things that's impacted your business?
I guess the biggest thing for me was, if I look back at that story about, you know, selling the honey and how I got sucked in on that sales high, it really made me want to sell more and more. But as I got older and, you know, through the different businesses that I've worked in and that type of thing, I lost that high and I got really scared of the sales. And I was always taught not to be boastful, no self-promotion and that sort of thing. And I convinced myself I was no good at sales, and it just wasn't my thing. But in my 30s, when I was studying for my MBA, I finally worked out that I'd put those mental blocks there myself. So I guess that one big thing that had the greatest impact on my business was understanding that it's all about helping people with what I find easy, my genius zone. And so many people out there are just sell, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable, even when I'm on the receiving end of that. So I'm just not comfortable with pitching and networking and even talking to you. This is really outside my comfort zone today. So
hey, trust me, when I started, it was outside my comfort zone too. So don't worry about that. And even today, I'm still not sure if I'm very good at it, but that's all right. We keep putting them out there and people keep watching. So, you know, it's a good thing. You know, we don't have to be, this is one of the mindset things that you're talking about. We don't have to be awesome at stuff for other people to appreciate what we do. Okay. Yeah. Because sometimes our own standards are kind of up here, and when we're delivering, we feel like we're delivering down here, but other people are actually finding that what's involved and what's included is actually right up there. So, really important to sometimes be a little bit more kind to ourselves is a really important thing.
I found once I really relaxed in my business and just focused on helping people and providing massive value to them, my business really turned around, and now I get to do what I love every day.
Which is fantastic. Although you're not doing everything that you love, as we were talking about a second ago, and we need to get to a tipping point to help you do that would be really
That's
awesome.
Right. Yeah, I get pulled back into, we have 2 businesses, so I do get pulled back into our corporate business every now and then to do a few projects, and I'm not too keen on that type of work.
We all have to, but at the same time, we're small business people. We have to do some of the stuff that we don't like as well. That's right. That's just part of life. That's part of, successful people don't just get it to go out and do the stuff they love every day. I mean, if you were a famous rock group, how boring would it be to play the same song that the crowd want to hear every single day for the next 25 years? It must be really boring, but they still do it because they do it for others, not for themselves. Yeah. It's really important. Do you have a mantra or a saying that keeps you going when times are a little bit tougher?
I guess a favourite one for me and my clients is, it's your business, so take control of it. All too often as business owners, we start to see our business as a hamster wheel or a merry-go-round or our own personal Groundhog Day. But if your business is too hard or it's too manual, there's not enough profit, you're the only person standing in your way, and you need to stop and take back control of your business and stop letting it run you. And I guess that's the biggest thing is, it doesn't have to be difficult.
Yeah, and it's about designing your business to be what you want it to be. Some people are after world domination, and that's awesome, but other people just want to create a fantastic lifestyle, and
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's about doing the things to do that. So, yeah, take control of your business. I love that. I really do. We've all been through some tough stuff. So I want you to give me a story about one of those times where it's just been a mountain in front of you and you've just had to get on with it. What happened?
Oh, geez. I guess I've been through a bit in my life. It's been an interesting life, and I was a single mother at 21 and raised a child of my own. I've moved cities and countries numerous times and had to start my business from scratch in each location. And I guess, that you build resilience doing that. I studied full-time to retrain as an accountant while working full-time. I did my MBA on a 12-month fast track. Don't ever do that, please. If you want a life, don't do that. I had 2 toddlers at 40. Don't try that one either. That's not very good. I guess through all those different things, I think the biggest thing that I worked out really early on was that I needed to outsource the stuff that wasn't my genius zone. Otherwise, I would get completely overwhelmed and frustrated and waste a lot of time. Right from, I need to do an assignment. So do I clean my house? No, I'm going to outsource that. Could I build my own website? Yeah, I could. But maybe I could get someone else to do that while I focus on revenue generating activities. So the biggest thing for me through everything that's happened in my life is outsource what you don't need to do so I can focus on what I do need to do, because that's what I need to get through to the next step.
Excellent. So for you, it's about simplifying and focusing on the right stuff and get other people to look after the others. Is that an easy way to put it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm guessing the right stuff is stuff that you naturally enjoy more than the others anyway.
Absolutely. Like I said, I could sit there and build my own website if I wanted to. It would take me weeks, but I could just outsource it to someone else, and then I can actually go and do what I enjoy doing. Because no one really wants to sit there and build their website unless they're a web designer. But I enjoy what I do with my clients and helping them understand their numbers. And that type of thing is not rocket science to me. And it seems so simple to me, but it has massive impacts on people's lives. And that's what I would prefer to do than the boring, mundane stuff.
Yeah, it's great when you're operating in your zone and you say the simplest thing to you and your client goes, oh my God, that's it, isn't it? It's truly amazing.
I was at a workshop and I made a comment, and literally the whole room just went, stop, repeat that. What did you say? And I just went, I've got no idea what I just said. Because to me it was something so simple that I say all the time. But to everyone in the room, it was quite profound.
And one of the challenges that a lot of small business owners get when they have that genius zone that you're talking about is that they kind of start undervaluing it. They kind of think that, oh, because that's easy for me, it must be easy for everyone else, and therefore I can't charge as much for it. But the truth of the matter is, it's not that easy for everyone else.
No, it's not. And when you're starting to look at the price of things, it's very easy to undervalue what you do, but your price needs to be worked out on the value to the person receiving it and how much value they get out of it and the impact it's going to have on their life. When you start looking at things like that differently, it's very easy to then raise your prices because you're selling on value, not price.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, in the news, there's been a lot of different things happening at the moment. We could talk about so many different things, but related to your business, what are some of the things that you're noticing that are coming up that you may be able to help people avoid? And I'm not sure if you just... Sorry, you just froze up.
All right. Yeah, there's some a huge number of businesses going into administration or liquidation at the moment, and some big names that you would have thought would have been financially stable. Companies like Toys R Us, Dick Smith, Roger David, Ed Harry, Napoleon Purtis, and just yesterday, the meal delivery company 5.4 has gone into administration. And it's easy to look financially good on the outside, but you can neglect the inside workings of your business. And all of those businesses I mentioned look perfect from the outside until that very last minute. But all of them had massive cash flow issues, which had been going on for a while. It just doesn't suddenly crop up one day. It's a systemic issue that's there. So I guess in businesses, the most important financial decision you have to make is not how you make money. It's how you keep it, grow it, and maximize it. That's the biggest decision you need to make. So out there is that they need to get off their merry-go-round, get off their hamster wheel, stop whatever they're doing, and have a really good look at their business numbers. Look at your cash flow, forecast it out for 3 months. Look at your sales pipeline. Is there a gap? I'm sure there probably is between your money going out and your money coming in. Look at your pricing. Look at your break-even points. Do you even know what a break-even point is? What's your profit margin on every job, every product? That's the biggest thing. Those are the things that can help save your business.
They are, and in some ways they're so basic to the ongoing running of your business. But in another way, for people that aren't, normally financial people, there's stuff that can easily be, look, I'm just busy selling, or I'm just busy doing, or I'm just busy, but once you get a handle on some of these things, it can help you run a business in a much more strategic manner that can help you be far more profitable in far less time. And for me, business is about lifestyle.
Absolutely. Look, I had one client who sat down and he spent 30 minutes with me and he reviewed some of his costs, and he found $2,000 a month in recurring costs for software he didn't use, $24,000 a year.
And that'd be much better.
$24,000, right? Just like that in half an hour, because he actually took the time to stop and just take a breath and just review.
I hope you're on a dollar for dollar deal with him that you got 50% of what he saved. I mean, that would have been awesome.
It would have been a good idea, wouldn't it?
Sometimes in hindsight, so easy. Now, look, that's been fantastic. Now, you're one of the authorities in the Better Small Business School, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you do a subject there. What's the subject that you're doing?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. The seven simple numbers in your business that you need to know.
I thought you were running through them earlier because they were very close to their line. So it's always good fun when I put people on the spot like that. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thanks very much for the time today and helping people to understand that they do need to focus on financials so that they can run a better business and actually take their business to create the lifestyle that they're looking to take, because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So one more time, your business name is?
So our business is Profit Smarts, and we teach small business owners how to understand and use their financial numbers to increase their cash flow and profit.
Cool. And you work with groups and one-on-one?
Sorry, what was that?
And you work with both groups of people and you also work
one-on-one.
Cool. So if you want to find Amanda, just put a comment on this post. We'll keep making sure that it's there for you to find. Put a comment. Amanda will comment back and help you reach out. If you want to find out some more stuff, there is some stuff in the school and Amanda will help you with how to get through to that. And look, have a great day. I want you to love it. Oh dear.
Thanks for the time, Kevin. It's been great chatting to you.
And thanks very much. I really appreciate you giving the time as well. Thanks, Amanda.
See ya.